technology. So presently, most of the people and most of the companies are expecting this kind of the technology, and also some of the companies are expecting this generative AI because of this is most interesting technology, and this will be more helpful for making your work as the easiest way. So when you are going to hearing this generative AI technology, certainly that one particular tool is coming into your mind. That is, of course, ChatGPT. So most of the people had an experience on this particular ChatGPT, of course, because if you are going to asking any kind of the question or any related question, technical question or code-based question or a general question or health-related question or personal question, it will be more helpful to giving the answer based on your query. Correct? So this is completely related to the human to computer and human to machine interaction based. Already we know that NLP technologies is more helpful for the computer to human interaction, so human to computer interaction. In the same way, the generative part is more interesting than that because, yeah. So I'm going to discussing with you this particular today's agenda is what is generative AI and how does it actually works and what is the key and concept is in this particular generative AI technologies, and also what are the applications in present scenario and what is the common areas for this particular generative AI. That are all the things I'm going to discussing with you, and also what are the prerequisites we needed to developing this project in generative AI, and also the what are the things we need to learn in this generative AI that I'm going to discuss in video, and key concepts and also the technologies, and how to create a project flow with the help of the rack architectures that I'm going to discuss in with you. Are you guys are ready to getting into this particular session? If you guys are ready means please mention in the chat box yes, Philip. If you guys are ready means please mention in the chat box yes, Philip. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Pavin, you will be getting the recording videos as well. Yeah, understood, understood, Pavin. I will be discussing with you the several things. Yeah, yes, yeah, yeah. Okay, right. So, first of all, what is generative AI? That is the most important thing, right? So, it is the one of the fascinating technology in present scenario, and it is that the generative AI is going to be referred the AI model that will be more help to create the new content. For an example, if you are going to asking any questions or any query based on the question, that particular model or particular LLM will give giving the reply and it retrieve the content as well. Most importantly, when you're comparing to the traditional AI, this will be help to learn from the data, and when you're going to feeding the features, it will be giving the input. I mean, reply and also the answer. But in generative AI, it will be help to giving the content in a creative way, as well as it is going to be generating the content based on your query. That is the important thing because the generative AI is one kind of the AI model that will be home to create a new content based on your query. For an example, it may be a text based, it may be a image based, it may be a code. If you are asking any kind of the code, definitely it will be giving the a reply. And also, it will be help to giving that generating the music and also the videos as well. How it can be possible in the sense based on the pattern learned from the existing data, and also the generative AI can be generate the creative and also the human likes outputs. For an example, if you are asking any kind of the question to me, definitely I will be giving the answer. In the same way, the generative AI will help to giving the answer and generating the answer based on your query. That is the interesting thing. So that is why I'm saying it is little more and also the more different than that particular traditional AI. For example, if you are going to consider in the artificial intelligence technology, we have the different subsets, right? Machine learning, deep learning, and also the computer vision, and majorly the NLP. So NLP is most related to the generative AI. So that the machine learning and also the deep learning technology is more helpful for training your model with the help of the data. So for an example, if you're going to feeding the one particular data to train your model, definitely it will be getting the train from the data. And after that, if you're going to feeding the features to the model, definitely it will be giving the replay. But in generative AI, it learned from the existing data, but it will be giving the replace as a new content, and it is going to be generating the new content based on your query. And it is possible to what should I say, like, it is possible to generating the new content as well as interesting content, and it's like a human being. That is the most important thing. As you knows that artificial intelligence technology is generating the particular part, but in generative AI, it will be generating that new content. And also, what are the applications are available in that generative AI? That is the most important thing. It has related to the five different area. One is a text generation based. Already we had an experience related to the text based generation, that is of course chatbot and also the copilot. So these two different chatbot is most interesting area, because you guys are maybe using that chatbot, right? So who all are using chat GPT, definitely it will be more helpful for us to developing the different areas and also the getting the good information. So that text-based generation is participating in many industries. For example, text-based generation is more helpful for the healthcare industry. That will be more helpful for the guiding as well. And also the text-based generation is more helpful for the automotive industry and also the automation industry and the financial industry and image generation. So image generation is also like combined with the computer vision technology, and it will be also helpful for that. And most importantly, the third and also the stable diffusion is more helpful for generating the images. I will give the one example for this particular generation, image generation. When you're going to using the chat GPT, if you're asking any kind of query, definitely it will be giving the answer. That is text based. If you are going to ask any questions to generating the images, and the chat GPT will give the images, and also it's going to be generate based on your query. Maybe you can try that. For an example, in 3 days before, I was asking the one question to the Chat GPT for my project. It gives it gave the actually like image generation part, and also it gives based on the TAL-E. That is the most important area to help to generating that images based on your query. And music and also the audio generation, that is most importantly the best example, Google Music LM. And video generation is Runaway and also the Sora. And most importantly, the multimodal AI, that is an interesting concept. It is the one subset of the generative AI, but it combines the two different generation part. For an example, text and also the image generation, text and also the music generation, text and also the video generation. It can be possible. It is going to be combined with the two different part of generative AI. For example, if I'm asking any kind of the question to the GPT, and it will be also when you're going to feeding the image as well, it is going to be generating the caption for that. So that means it is a multimodal. So for an example, the multimodal is combined with the two different part of the generative AI. For example, text and also the image can be possible, and text and also the music can be possible, text and also the video can be possible, text and also the audios can be possible. So that is the best example. So majorly the generative AI best example or most familiar example is actually that chat GPT, right? Yeah. Now, before entering to learning in generative AI, what is the prerequisite? That is the most important thing. So I'm going to give the two different option for this. I'm going to giving the two different option for this particular generative AI. So this is also the kind of roadmap, but I'm not giving that exact roadmap of this. But this is the major part for learning generative AI and also the understanding generative AI. So that is the most important thing. So I'm going to classify the two different part. It is prerequisite as well as the learning of generative AI, right? So here the what is the prerequisite is most needed for the generative AI. If you wish to learn generative AI and you want to be like, just a minute, guys. You want to be master in generative AI in the sense, definitely this kind of the source is most important for developing the project in generative AI and also the deployment as well. So I hope my voice is very clear. I hope my voice is very clear. If my voice is not audible and not very clear in the sense, please mention in the chat box as well. Am I audible to you, everyone? My voice is very clear. Please reply. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. My voice is very low. It's clear. It's clear because of I didn't connect anything external. I mean, headset or mic or something. It's connected by computer audio only. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Yeah, yeah. So, what is the prerequisite is needed for generative AI learning path? Of course, in every technology, we need one particular basement. Of course, it is a programming language for developing the projects, for writing the code, to developing the projects. Like, for example, for AI, completely related to AI, of course, it is a Python programming language is most important thing. So, hope you guys are very familiar in Python programming language. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And second thing, statistic concepts. Of course, when you're going to enter in the artificial intelligence technology, the statistics concept is the most important thing for the algorithms, because of when you're going to analyzing your data, when you're going to training your model, when you're going to developing the AI model, definitely this concept is the most important area. As well as in generative AI part, of course this particular data is going to be handled with the help of the vectors and also the embedding part. Definitely the statistics concept is most important. So, if possible, if you have a time to learn the statistics concept, please learn it, because of that will be more helpful for the for developing the advanced project in generative AI, advanced project in artificial intelligence technology, right? So, and most importantly, multimodal concepts and also the transformers. So, as we discussed in that first slide, the multimodal concept is concept of is combining with the two different part of generative AI. For an example, text or image, and also the several things. And most importantly, the transformer. And the transformer is the most important for a part for developing the generative AI that I will be discussing in the further discussions. And NLP, of course. What is the basement of the generative AI concept in the sense? Definitely, it is NLP and also the computer vision. What is NLP? So already you guys are knows about this natural language processing. In this particular technology is more helpful to understanding the human language. Then NLP technology is more helpful for understanding the human language. That means, in a simple word, I can say like I can communicate to the machine. The machine can be possible to understand the human language with the help of that particular technology. Then what about the computer vision? The computer vision technology is also the one of the subset of the artificial intelligence, and this this computer vision technology is more helpful for the machine is going to be understanding the environmental and detecting the object with the help of that particular technology. For example, for human, I can give the answer for any question and I can recognize any object in front of me. What is the concept of this? In the sense, it is like natural process for the human, right? In the same way, the computer also can do that. That means the computer can understand the human language and it giving the replay, in generating the replay with the help of the generative. And actually, it can be possible to understand with the help of the natural language process. And also, the computer vision technology is more helpful for, and the machine is going to be understanding the environmental and detecting the object and recognizing the particular part what you trained. So the NLP technology is more helpful for the text generation based. Computer vision technology is more helpful for the image generation based, right? And the machine learning technology, yeah, of course, that machine learning algorithm and data pre-processing methods, and also the deep learning model creations and architecture creations. That is most important. That is the major prerequisite for the generative AI. If we don't have that much knowledge in that particular gender, I mean, prerequisite, what I mentioned in the slide, maybe when without having this kind of a knowledge, you are going to entering into the generative AI in the sense, definitely some part of area you can't understand what exactly this particular process is happening. Because if you are going to developing in a very advanced area in generative AI, definitely this concept is most important. That is the prerequisite. What is the learning part of generative AI? That is the most important thing. So, what are the things we need to understand for the generative AI? The prerequisite, of course, we need artificial intelligence technology completely, and also the understanding the transformers. And the remaining part is, yeah, transformer and also the multimodal. When coming into the learning part of generative AI, I'm going to classify the three different area. The one is frameworks. The frameworks now, recently, some of the companies are introducing the different platform for collecting the transformers, for collecting the LLMs, right? So most importantly, we are using the frameworks is like LangChain and Llama Index, and also the Hugging Face. These particular platform, we can collecting the LLM for your particular target of generative AI. For example, you want to develop one particular text to generation chatbot for your particular domain or for particular target. Definitely, it can be possible. You can call the one particular LLM model from these particular frameworks. It can be possible. So we need to understand what exactly that LangChain and also the hacking base tool, right? And most importantly, LLMs. These particular LLMs, because I will show the one example with the help of the hacking face. Definitely, you can understand the hacking face in the internet. Just go to that particular page, and you can select the models, and you can see the categories of that. For an example, natural language processing, computer vision, and as well as the multimodal. Of course, as I said before in the first slide, audio to text, text to text, and image to text, and also the vision, visual related questions. Of course, it can be possible to asking any kind of the question to the LLM, right? And computer vision related LLMs. For example, image classification LLMs, image segmentation LLMs, text to image, so this kind of the categories is available in that particular frameworks. Okay, for an example, natural language processing, related summarizing part, tokenizing part, questioning answering part, translation part, feature extraction part, also the text generation part, and audio and tabular based. These are all the options has in that particular Hugging Face framework, right? And also how we can using that particular model. Just for the one particular example, I will say that yes, of course, Sudarshan, of course we can download this. Of course, I will show the example, right? So for an example, I'm going to select a model from natural language process. Yes. question answering model. Okay. For example, here you can find the many LLM models, right? And also, if I'm going to search very familiar model like what is that? Llama. If I'm going to search Llama, that related Llama models, it's going to be displayed in this particular page. And for an example, Llama 2. If I'm going to search Llama 2, yeah. So you can see that Llama Chinese and also the different Llama Chinese chat and also the Llama table and yeah, you can see. So different models is LLM models is available in this particular platform. For an example, Llama 27B. That's a very familiar model. So that is why I'm going to search that. Yes, you can see. Yeah, this particular model. It's very familiar. How we can use that? Of course, just a minute. You can collect the model from here. Okay, you can collect the model from here and also the yes, sorry, 1 minute. I'm going to search here one more time. Llama. So any kind of the model, for an example, if I'm going to search any kind of the model here, like if you need any specific model, you can search it here. And yeah, just a minute. Audio based and also the text to image, you can see this the stable diffusion 3.5 large, it can be visible and use this model, and you go to this particular area and select this, and definitely you can import to this code area part that I will be discussing with you once I'm going to developing the project. Okay, so this is the way you can collecting the model from the Hugging Face. Okay, this is the way you can collecting the model from the Hugging Face, and you can use any kind of the model, and you can try with the inference. Okay, you can try with the inference, like you can chat anything to that and it will be giving the reply. For an example, if you have any questions related to that, for an example, what is Gen AI? If you're going to search this one, definitely it will be giving the answer, right? See, yeah, this is the inference we have in this particular, Hugging Face frameworks, and you can also use this particular model. Okay, you can use this particular LLM model. Once you are going to select this, use this model and select the transformers, and you can select any option which is very comfortable with you. You can selecting it. After that, you can use it to download. And most importantly, if the model size is very big, okay, the model size is very big. For an example, you can see this one 685 with parameters, and some models has very less parameters. So if you're having the very high size model size parameter, in the sense we need a GPU access in your system. GPU is most important to loading your model. And also the if you're going to try with the interaction, definitely that particular part is most important, but it is not work very frequently in CPU. We need a GPU process as well. Okay, right. So this is the framework, Hugging Face frameworks. This is the way to collecting your model. Okay, this is the way to collecting your model like that. Hope you guys are understood what about the Hugging Face, right? If you understood means please mention in the chat box. Yes, Philip. So this is the way to you can collecting the model, and you can using the transformer to downloading your model and using that particular model for the specific area for the generation, right? So hope you guys are understood to develop. I mean collecting the model and also the using the model from the Hugging Face, right? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the good response. And secondly, the fine tuning area. This particular fine tuning area is most important thing. For an example, I have the LLM, right? For an example, Llama model. Of course, this particular model will be help to generating the text which you're asking the questions. So, for an example, if you're asking any kind of the question, any kind of the query, it will be giving the answer. Correct? So with the help of that particular LLM, I can fine tuning that particular LLM for the specific area. Right. For an example, I'm going to selecting the one particular project to fixing the target like health based related target. So based on that, I can train my LLM for the specific area to train your model, and based on the questions, it will be giving the answer. Right. That is called the fine tuning. And also, the flow frequent chat is most important, and you need to, reducing the, model size and also the context size, and these all other things is actually most important. This is the learning of generative AI. Hope you guys are understood what are all the things is needed for the generative AI. Is it clear? Coming into the point of keys and also the concept technologies. Yeah, so this is the major part. Okay, this is the very major part. So what you need it for this particular generative AI. I will be explained one by one. Definitely, you will be got some ideas about this. Okay, definitely you will be getting the, some idea related to the generative AI. So what is the key concept? Just a minute. Yeah. In a generative AI course, the major key concept is neural network and also the transformers. So, neural networks, in the sense, of course, it is considering as a deep learning technology. So, basically, the deep learning technology is constructed based on the neural network connection. So, it is impressed on the human brain because of already you guys are knows about the concept of human brain is actually connected. Natural neurons is connected, interconnected with each other, and it is going to be learned, and it is transforming the knowledge to the every neurons, and it will be giving the response. Correct. So in the same way, the deep learning neural networks is that based on the ANN. So the traditional AI is based on the recurrent neural network and also the convolution neural network for the processing of the images. That is for sequence and CNN for the images. So, for an example, if we are going to processing on the sequence data, this is of course it is a text based, right? So the traditional AI is relied on the recurrent neural network for the text, and the CNN convolution neural network is more helpful for processing the images. That is the neural network concept. Of course, I don't have that much time to explaining about the deep learning technology because for generative AI it's needed. So I hope you guys are knows about that particular concept because we are going to feeding the data to the artificial neural network. The artificial neural network is going to be extracting the features from the data and learning from the learning with the help of the neural network. I mean, each and every neurons is passing the information to the multiple neurons, and it is extracting the features. Based on the features only it can be possible to detecting. In the same way, for the our brain is also functioning like that. In the same way, the artificial neural networks also working like that. And every neural networks, for example, every different algorithm has a different functionality. That's it. But the concept is same. Okay, so the traditional based in the sense, it is going to be learned from the data, based on the feature, it is giving the replay, right? But when you are going to coming into the transformers is actually like that revolution and developed based on the neural network concept with the help of the self-attention to analyzing the relationship between the words, relationship between the images, relationship between, it will be giving the, better, context for the understanding. So that is why I'm saying the transformer concept is based on the, neural network concept, because when you're going to coming into the text part, definitely the RNN is a basement. After that, we are coming into the remaining algorithm is actually LSTM. And after that, you are coming into the transformer development. Of course, based on these kind of the concept, only the transformer is going to be developed with the help of the self-attention concept. That self-attention concept will be help to analyzing the relationship between the words, and it will be more leading to, context understanding. Okay, I hope you guys are understanding about the neural network and also the transforming area. The transformer is the most important part for the generative AI to developing your further enhancement for the projects, right? And what is the meaning of the pre-training and also the fine-tuning? Of course, the pre-training is nothing but training your artificial intelligence model with the help of the large amount of the data, right? That is nothing but the pre-training. Okay. So what about the fine tuning? The model is furtherly trained based on the specific data set, based on the specific target. So what is the pre-trained model in this? In the model is trained already with the help of the huge amount of the data, right? But you want to fine tuning it, in the sense you want to do that, in a very specific area. In the sense, it can be possible. For example, it may be related to the healthcare, it may be related to the automotive industry, it may be related to the designing industry, it may be related to the analyzing part industry. Definitely, it will be more helpful for the specific area. For example, Llama model is only specific for the general area. I can fine tuning it with the help of the specific data, specific domain. So please understanding the difference between the pre-trained and also the fine tuning. It is possible to make your model to understand and make your model to the specific area. For example, I want to create a one particular chatbot for the technical based or physics based questions. In general model, also giving the physics based answer, but I need a specific area for the physics. In this sense, definitely the model can train with the help of your data, and it will be possible to generating the good response. I'm going to developing the model based on your target. For an example, physics area or mechanical area or CA area or anything. It can be possible to fine tuning your LLM, and it will be giving the response based on the content, based on the query what you're asking. And most important concept in the Gen AI, maybe recently you heard this particular role like an area like prompt engineering. So what is the meaning of the prompt engineering? It is a one kind of the art for designing the effective instruction to get the desired output from your LLM. That means we are going to instructing your model with the help of the prompt engineering. That's it. That is nothing but, for example, if you are going to asking the generic way question, normal way question, it gives the response. But when you are going to making the proprietized way or prompt way, definitely it will be giving the exact answer what you are asking. That means we are going to instructing the model. We are going to instructing the model and designing the effective instruction to the model. It will be more helpful for getting the desired output from the LLM. That is nothing but the prompt engineering. For an example, I'm planning to developing the one particular chatbot for the physics area. I'm going to giving the instruction to the LLM. What is the instruction I'm going to create? That means, for example, I'm going to mention that and this is particularly for the physics area. You can understanding the question very effectively and also giving the response based on the exact query. That is the prompt. We are going to instructing the model, and the instruction also can understand from the LLM, right? That is nothing but the prompt engineering, right? So next concept, key concept is that embedding and also the vectors. This is most common, important things for text-based area. Okay, right. So, what is the meaning of the embedding? What is the meaning of the vector base? These all are the key concept and also the technologies is most important for the Gen AI. What is the neural network? What is the transformer? What is the pre-training? What is the fine-tuning? What is the prompt engineering? That we discussed already. Hope you guys are understanding about this, right? If you understood in the sense, please mention in the chat box, yes, Philip. Please mention in the chat box because of me only talking continuously. So I need to get the good response from you. So if I'm going to talking continuously in the sense, definitely the session will be completely boring. So I don't want to make my session as a boring way. So please give the response. And then only it will be much more interesting to move further, right? Yeah. Yes. I hope you guys are understand the concept of neural network and also the transformer and what is the meaning of the prompt engineering and what is the meaning of the pre-training and also the fine-tuning. These all are the things. I hope that what is the meaning exactly right now, right? Yes. Now, sorry. Now coming into the major point, this is the most important concept is that embedding and also the vector DB. First of all, what is the embedding? For an example, you are going to train your model for the specific area with the help of the text-based documents. Okay. It is not possible to pass the raw document to the LLM to train the specific area. Correct? We need to convert the text into the computer understandable format and we need to convert the text into the model understandable format. Correct? So the embedding is nothing but converting the text into the numerical representation of model to the process. So I hope you can understand what I am saying. For an example, I chosen that one particular model, one particular target. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. My model should understand my chatbot objective is that the physics based related questions, right? So I need to collecting the data for the particular physics area, right? So it is a PDF format. So how I can feed to the LLM for fine tuning? That is the first question. And also it is the raw data. So with the help of that particular raw data, I can train in the sense, of course, it is not possible to understand the LLM format. So for that, I need to, loading the data to converting into the text and also the numerical representation for that particular LLM. That is one of the pre-processing method for your fine-tuning process. So embedding is nothing but it is going to help to converting the text into the numerical representation for the model. And what about the second thing? Vector DB. You have a huge amount of the data, you have the huge amount of the page in that particular PDF in the sense. Definitely, we need a vector DB, vector database. So what is the purpose of the vector database? Of course, it will be help to store and retrieve information very effectively. It's more helpful to store and also retrieve the relative information very effectively based on your vector similarity. For an example, if I'm asking any query to the, any query to the GP or any query to the LLM, it is converting into the embedding process. That means it is going to be converting into the numerical format. The query also can convert into the numerical format. After that, it is going to be passing the information to the query to the LLM model and also the vector DB. The vector DB giving the one particular response and also the LLM giving the one particular response, and it is going to be compared, and based on the vector similarity, it is giving the response for the user. That I am going to discussing with you while I am explaining the project. Okay. So while I'm explaining the project, definitely I will be, discuss with you, right? Yeah. So I hope you guys are understanding about the embedding and also the vector DB. This is most important concept. So if you understood very well in the sense, please mention in the chat box as well. Please mention in the chat box as well. Please be interactive. That is most important thing. Yeah. So next, multimodal AI. So what is the multimodal? Of course, it is the most, as I discussed before, it is very yeah. Of course, the vector DB is most important for storing your numerical data, which is converted with the help of the embedding process. So that is the one area. And also, when you're going to asking the query to the LLM, okay, when you're asking the query to the LLM, that is also converted into the embedding. So because of the model can understanding the embedding way, embedded data, right? So this particular user query to the LLM, it retrieve the one particular form, and also the vector DB also has the particular relevant content. So it is going to be find the similarity based content to retrieve. That is the most important thing because of we are going to training a model for the specific area, not only the common area, correct? So that is why the vector DB is contributing the major things for that, right? Next, coming into the multimodal AI that understand the and also the generated the multi type of data. That's why I'm saying combination of two different area, combination of three different area. So for an example, multimodal is the best example. Flip is actually like another one of the particular LLM. It is for text generation as well as it is for image captioning. That means image processing also there, text processing also there. We are feeding the data in a text manner and we are feeding the data in also image manner, and it is going to be processed. And when you are going to asking the question related to the image, it retrieve the relevant content. So flip, clip, and also the lava. Lava is a combination of text and also the image generation part. You need to ask the query based on the text, and that particular query will hit the DB and it retrieving the responses. So lava is a combination of image generation based. Clip is more helpful for the image generation based, and also the flip is helpful for the image generation based with the help of the text. So that is the two different combination: text to image, image to the text, text to image, image to the text. Yeah. Next, coming into the project area. So theory part is over. It's more enough to understanding the concept. Now I'm going to getting into the practical way for one particular basic project, that is a PDF related concept, PDF understanding concept. What is the objective of this particular concept is that you are going to feed in the PDF for the specific data. I can interact to the PDF with the help of the LLM. That is the concept. That means I wanted to interact with the PDF to generating the new response. So for that, this particular project has developed So I will explain one by one. Then only you can understand this particular concept. It is very easiest way to understand, and I will show the example one by one. Okay, and I will explain you to develop this particular project one by one. Right? Yeah. So before entering in this particular project, we should consider the rack architecture concept. That is nothing but okay. That is nothing but like retrieval augmented generation. So what is the meaning of that is actually it is the advanced AI approach to combines the retrieval based search and also the generating the model to improve the response accuracy. That means what is the meaning of the RAG architecture in the sense we are going to be asking the any kind of the question. Okay, any kind of the question. That particular question is converted into the embedding part. That particular embedding part is passing to the DB or Fayaz DB or Chroma DB or Finlop DB or whatever. But here I'm using mostly Fayaz DB, and when I'm going to converting into the embedding for the query, and it is passing to the Fayaz. The Fayaz is retrieving the relevant content, retrieving the relevant content. That particular relevant content is passing to the LLM, and the passing to the LLM will help to generating the new answer. This is the flow. That is nothing but the architecture. Do you understand what I'm saying? The retrieval augmented is nothing but it is the advanced technique in artificial intelligence that combines the retrieve-based search and also the with the generative AI model, and it will be more helpful for the response accuracy. You can directly to ask the any kind of the question to the LLM, it will be giving the response. But when you are going to using the rack architecture, that rack will be help to converting into the improved responses definitely. So that is why I mentioned in that particular flow. When I'm going to asking the user query need to convert into the embedding part. Then it will be moved to the Fayaz DP. The Fayaz DP is retrieving the relevant text. Correct? Do you understand what I'm saying? This particular Fayaz DP is actually the storage of your input for the specific area. Do you get it what I'm saying? For example, if it is a physics data, when I'm passing the physics data, it is not in a raw data. We need to convert with the help of the embedding model, embedding technique. So when I'm passing the PDF, okay, when I'm passing the PDF with the help of the embedding model, a particular embedding model is converted into the numerical data. A particular numerical data stored to the FIAS. We can call it as the chunking process. Okay, so the data is stored. The PDF is completely stored to the BIAS. So I'm asking the question related to the physics, related to the document. It can be converted into the embedding. Why? Because of the embedding. Because of this data also like embedding. So it is going to be comparing that particular question similarity based on the similarity search. It is giving the response. That is the retrieval text. That particular retrieval text is passing to the LLM based on the based on the relevant text. It is going to be generating the good responses. Do you get it? What I'm saying? That flow of this rack architecture. Understand? If you understood means please mention in the chat box, guys. Understood? Yeah, sure, Sudarshan. Definitely. We can use. We can use. Sudarshan, definitely I will be explain one more time. Yeah. See, user query is you are asking the question to the one kind of chatbot or whatever. That is need to converting into the embedding. It is also need to convert into the numerical data. Okay. And after that, before that, you need to do one thing for the specific target. What is that? So if you have the data, you need to convert into the embedding. With the help of the embedding process, you need to convert into numerical data, embedded data. That particular embedded data need to store the bias DP. That particular bias DP only, if you are asking any kind of the query, it helps to search the similarity based text. For an example, what is optics? Just for the example, it is related to the lens concept, right? In the physics, correct? So when I'm going to what is optics, it is the kind of the question query. It is converting into the embedding with the help of the one particular transformer. Okay. After that, it is converting into the one particular numerical data, right? The question is converted into the numerical data. Already you converted into the numerical data to store the bias DP. It is going to be asking the question to the bias DP. The bias is going to be search a, particular content based on the similarity text, similarity based techniques, and it retrieve the content. And it is going to be passed to the LLM. It gives the good responses. It generates the good responses based on the llama. That is the flow of this particular project. I'm going to explaining this particular project one each and every function one by one. Then only you can understand that. Okay, right. So um, before entering that particular part, um, I hope the Pantech team is watching this particular session as well. This is the time to sharing the page link and also the payment link as well, because that audience is watching this particular session and also that they are really interested to do the course based on which we deliver the content. Okay, right. So Pantech team, please noticing that, and this is the time to sharing the page and also the payment link. Okay, guys. So I'm going to giving the one good information to all the audience. This is only for the bootcamp audience. Okay. So for this is a project I'm going to explain. Yeah. So before that, so I'm going to explaining the project right now. You can use and one more thing, most importantly, before entering the project development of generative AI, you need a GPU laptop, and computing configuration is most important because of the LLM model needs to take more computation process. So that is why the GPU is most important. Otherwise, you can use the cloudy area. For an example, cloud area in the sense you can use the Azure or AWS, whatever. Okay, you can use the cloud platform for the GPU access. Otherwise, if you don't have any GPU access in the sense, you can go for the clouds. Otherwise, if you have the GPU in the sense, it will be more good to work with that. Okay, right. So firstly, yes, I should mention the project title is that PDF interaction, whatever. Anything you can mention, PDF processing and interaction. Yeah. Okay. So yes. Yes, Balamurugan, you're talking about the certificate, right? You can contact this particular number which I shared in the chat box. Please contact. They will be giving the clear overview of that. Okay, clear overview. Definitely they will give. Okay, right. Yes. Yeah. First, we need to install the necessary library in your system. Okay, so for an example, I'm going to use a llama model or a quantized model. In the sense that time we need a llama CPP Python and also the long chain transformer. So the long chain and also the transformer is most important for the LLM process. Okay, most important for the LLM process. So with the help of the pip install, You can use Longchain to install, Transformer to install, and also the PyPDF or PyMU PDF. So here I'm using PyMU Fix for the PDF processing. Okay, so this is more helpful for the PDF processing. Okay, yes, PyPDF is more helpful for the processing the PDF and also the extracting the text from the PDF, and also the sentence transformer. This is for the embedding model. This is for the embedding model. That means you need to convert the text data to the embedding. I mean, convert the text data to the numerical data. That is nothing but the embedding. So with the help of the sentence transformer, it helps to convert the embedded data. So Chroma DB is not needed here because of I am using the Fias Fias CPU. Yes, CPU. Okay. So these all are the libraries is most important. These all are the frameworks is most important to install. You should install. Okay, first, and the second thing, what is the first process? That is the most important thing, right? Because I have the PDF. I will open my yeah. See here, this is the document I am going to processing and feeding to the Llama model, then asking the query to the user. So that is my target. So the objective is I can possible to interact to the PDF and getting the answer in a different manner. It has helped to generate. It helped to generate in the easiest way. To help to generate your expectation based on the query. Okay. So this is the PDF I'm going to use it today. So around this particular PDF has 12 pages. It is very less only. When you are going to the fine tuning with a large amount of the data, definitely we need CPU, GPU access in your system because of the computation process, right? Yes. It's now. Yeah. I hope my screen is visible to you, everyone. Right? It's visible. It's visible, guys. It's visible. Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay. Fine. Yes. So now I'm going to explain this one. First, we need to loading the document. Okay, loading the PDF, which I mentioned in before, and extracting the content from the PDF. That is the first thing. I'm going to creating the one particular function with the help of the dev. So now understood. Here we are writing the code with the help of the Python programming language, Python concepts, right? So with the help of the dev keyword, I am going to creating the functions. So the function name is called the extract text from the PDF. Okay, so I'm passing the argument here, and I'm going to creating the one particular variable called document, and fits is the function. Fits is the one of the class that will be helpful for processing your PDF to open the PDF and extracting the text as well. So fits.open PDF. This will be helpful for opening your PDF, and initially the text is equal to empty. I'm creating the empty way. I'm going to iterating over the document. I mean, iterating over the document with the help of the looping page. Each and every pages in documents, then it will be adding the content to the this particular variable. So that is why I mentioned that text plus is equal to page dot get text. The get text will be help to extracting the text from the PDF. Okay, and it will be written the text. Okay, right. Now I'm going to passing the PDF path because of which is located in, yeah, which is located in that particular area which I located. This is my local system. Okay, this is my the PDF is located in my local. So I'm going to copy this particular path and passing this particular PDF as well. And you can see this one.
I'm passing the particular path, and I mentioned that particular PDF name. So yeah, yes. And now here I can call this particular function and passing the PDF path. It gives the content. It is extracted the text. Do you get it? What I'm saying? It's clear. The first part. Do you understand the first part of this? Yes. Now the text is extracted from the PDF. Now the text data is available. Now I'm going to convert into the text into the embedded data. Text into the embedded data. What is the meaning of embedded data? We are going to convert the text into the numerical data. Text into the numerical data. So for that, I need long chain embedding hacking phase embedding module, and also long chain bias, okay, and also the regressive uh, character text splitter, that is for the chunking, okay. So now I need an embedding model for converting the text into the numerical. So for that I can pass the sentence transformer from the hacking phase. How I can collecting it? So I'm going to open and move to the hacking phase. Okay. Here I'm going to search the sentence transformer. You can see this sentence transformer. Then go on to the use this model and go to the transformer and copy this particular things, because of they given that procedure to loading the model. Okay, they given that the procedure to loading the embedded model. I'm copying it already, and I'm going to pasting it this particular area. Okay, so here you can see this one. Here you can see this particular embedding model. Okay, so call this particular hacking face embedding and pausing the sentence transformer from all mini LM. Okay, all mini LM, that version 2. And now split the text into the chunking for the bias. Okay, okay, right. So now with the help of the regressive character text splitter, chunking size will be the 500. That you can reducing it, that you can making it reducing in the sense it is making sensible. For an example, 100 to 100 in the sense each and every 100 words it is going to be chunking with the one particular words, and it is overlapping the 100 word. This is the default value, the chunking process, and after that chunking is done, it is going to be converted to the split text for the PDF text. Okay, right. So split the text into the chunking part. Okay, split the text into the chunking part. After that, once the chunking process has done, I need to pass the bias to store the data to the vector DB. So here, convert the chunking to the embeddings. So vector store is equal to call the bias function from the text and passing the chunking data and also the embedded model. Okay, chunking data and also the embedded model, that numerical data has converted. Now the embedded data has converted with the help of this particular procedure. After that, it is going to be stored to the local. Okay, once this particular function is run, okay, once the particular function is run, go to the particular path which you saved in the directory, code directory. You can see this one, that bias index is stored to the DP. Okay, this is the vector DB which is stored in local. This is a vector DB which is stored in local with the help of the save local concept. Okay, this is actually like another folder name, and inside the folder you can see this one, the embedded, bias DB in text file will be there, right? You can see, right? Do you get it what I'm saying? With the help of the embedding model, we are converted into the chunking data. After the chunking, we are going to passing the embedding model, and it convert into the new text into the numerical data. Text to numerical data, right? Yeah, sorry, text. Okay, text to numerical data. And save to the local, it is saved. Okay, it's saved. Now, coming into the next area, we are going to check the load local will be there. So here, save the local is fine. Then vector store bias is equal to load locally to the embedding model and allow the dangerous. This is the common factor. So this will be help to storing the local. Then retrieve the relevant text based on the query, right? So here I am going to passing the query and also the top K three, in the sense three major responses for this particular question based on this. Okay, right. So now result and call the vector store with the help of the similarity search. As I said before, with the help of the similarity search, that is the one kind of the method. I'm going to passing the query to the similarity search and also the top K. That will be help to retrieve the three different answer, top three different answer, and return for the result. Okay. Now I'm asking the query to the directly to the bias. Okay. So based on the similarity search, it will be written. So I can call this particular function and passing the query, and it will be print the retrieved text. So here you can see this one. What is the discussed about the AI in this document? Okay, so just it retrieve the one particular area. Of course, that bias is written one particular content. Okay, one particular content based on the query. If it is a relevant question, irrelevant question, it can give the answer. But the irrelevant questions, in the sense, it gives the improper answer. If it is relevant in the sense, it will be giving the good answer. Okay, because of it is a DP, because of it is the DP, right? Now, this is the confirmation purpose only. I have asked a question to the DP, right? So now, the most importantly, I can use the long chain chat grok. Okay. So because I want to use the Llama 3.3 model, Llama 3 model, but it is not possible to download from the Hugging Face, because of it will be taking more time, as well as it is not, it having the several procedure to download it from the Hugging Face. Okay, I will show this example. You can see. You can see. Okay. So here, access review will be there, because particular procedure we need to follow to passing your information. Then only you can get to download. Okay. Then only you can get to download, because you should mention your first name and also the last name, and select the country, and job description. After that only they are providing the one particular link to you, to the your personal mail ID. After that only you can passing to the uh, command prompt. Then only it can give the model to download in local. Some accessibility issues is available from the Hugging Face. So that is why I am using Actually, Sudarshan, for very high size, if you don't have a GPU system, NVIDIA CUDA related systems, GPU in the sets, um, you need to download the local, but it is not working fine without GPU. Okay, so for that, not needed to download all the model. Llama only has the this kind of the criteria to access. So for that, a remaining model will be more helpful to downloading it. But this is a very biggest size. The parameter based, it is the model will be the size will be vary. Okay, model size will be vary. For that, I have used one particular different method. Okay, I will show to you. The Crew Cloud is the one of the area. Okay, Crew Cloud is the one of the area, one of the platform. You can download it from here. You can download it from here. Here you can see this one. The Model 3, Llama 3 will be available, and also the Llama different patterns will be available, and they have getting the access. It is very easy to download from here. It is very easy to download it from here, and also the API reference will be available here, and yeah, API keys. So before that, you need to create the okay. So once you need to access from the Llama model from this particular page, the cloud page, you can use to create that key. Okay, any kind of the name like model something. You can submit. You will be getting the key. Okay, you will be getting the key and copy the key and save it in your local. Save it in your local for the for what to download your model. Okay, for download your model, that is the most important thing. Okay, so before that, this playground, it has, you can see this one. I can interact the Llama 3 model in a inference is available. For an example, who is the first person to landed in moon? Okay, so I can submit this one, and it gives the response from the llama model. It gives the response. I need to use this particular llama model for my target. So for that, yeah, so I can use the different model as well, because of this particular cloud page has the this much model only the accessibility. Okay, right. So now documentation. Go to the documentation. I can search it here. Like most importantly, I need one particular thing is go to the llama. Yes, you can see this one. From the long chain, as you know, this is the one kind of the page to having the procedure for using that particular llama model from the page. So here you can see this one. I will show the code to you. Okay, right. So this is the model loading. Before that, you need to download. Before that, you need to install this particular LangChain group. So LangChain group is installed. After that, you can go with to importing this particular LangChain. Yeah, go to this page. Yeah, go to this page and use this particular code for the installation for the initiation of this particular model. So here I can select this particular model, and also you need to pass the particular group key. Okay, you need to pass that particular API key, group API key, which is get it from group cloud, correct? So user group cloud and API key is available for me because I have created the three API keys. I can use that particular API key. And after that, I need to mention the model name. Okay, I need to mention the model name, which is available in the groups. You can see I need to use this particular model. So Llama 3, so I can copy and also the paste this particular model. Then the model is loading perfectly or not. So for that, I need to uh, checking it. For that, response is equal to call the LLM, invoke asking the query to that the first person to land on the moon was. I have asked the question, it gives the responses like this, right? It gives the responses like this. The first person to land on the moon was Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong, he stepped out lunar multiple eagles, right? So this is the responses which I got it from the LLM. After that, I need to generating the responses for my PDF, for my target. This is the generic Llama 3. Okay, this is the generic Llama 3, but I need to ask the question for my PDF, correct? So for that, I created one particular function asking the query, then call the retrieve relevant text. Okay, that is the function which I created. That is the embedding text. Okay, embedded text. Then need a prompt. Okay, I'm going to instructing the prompt. With the help of that, prompt is equal to based on the following context, answer the query. So the context, and also the query, the query. Okay. So this is the format to give the responses. So I instructed to the model with the help of these particular format. This is the instruction to the LLM. Okay. Now responses is equal to call the LLM model and invoke the prompt. Okay, invoke the prompt. And I need to ask in the query for the user. So that input is which is yeah, you can see this one user query. They enter the user query and generate the answer. And generate the answer. Here you can see this one. One more time I will be run. See here, I have asked the question to the LLM like what is the property of the light or whatever. Okay. Here the mentioned is that the property of the light and which is the part of the objects, it gives the responses from the PDF. So I will give the one more time, run it. So it is asking the question. So I'm going to asking the question related to the PDF. Then only it will be good, right? So yeah, because of so what is the refraction of light? I can ask to the LLM model right now. My model, what is the refraction like? So my question is, what is the refraction refraction light? Okay, refraction of light. I can asking the question. It gives the responses like this. You can see according to the context, refraction of the light is the deviations of the path of the light that occurs when it is passed from the one transparent medium into the another. Yeah, and the deviations takes place due to the yeah. You can see it gives a answer like this. It gives the answer like this. You get it? You get it? This is the way to generating the answer for the based on the performance and based on the query. It's interesting, right? So I can ask the question that, and it retrieve the answer. It retrieve the answer. You can see. See here, it give the answer. Yes. This is the way to you can developing the project. Okay, this is a way to developing the project. I hope you guys are understood about this particular basic project PDF interaction. If you want asking any questions, it can be possible to asking any questions to the model because of we trained, we chunking the data. be feeding into the vector DB and asking the question to the DB, and it will be giving the responses also. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear, guys?
Yes, yes. I hope you guys are doing well. So today also we are going to discussing with the project flow of the rack augmented generation. And I will say one thing to you: when you are going to coming into that retrieval augmented generation, it is a much more advanced approach for the generative AI, and we need the several format for the generative AI, because when you are going to try with the text generation based, at that time we need to creating the rack architecture, because of that particular architecture will help to generating the chat flow, because you are expecting the interaction based generation, right? So for the text or something, for an example, if I'm going to adding the images or text in this, and that time also I'm expecting that regular based interaction, correct? So the retrieval augmented generation is the much more advanced in generative AI architecture. Based on this only the chat GPT is actually working, and also there is some of the chatbot is actually working in the same manner. Okay, in the same manner. So today I'm going to discussing with you that sample project around one or two. If get a chance, I will be discuss with you that another project as well. Okay, right. Most probably, when coming into the generative AI, I didn't discuss with yesterday to you that hardware support, right? Because the hardware support is the most important part. Okay, before entering the project flow or project architecture, we need to understand the hardware support. Okay, so who all are having the GPU access in your system? NVIDIA CUDA support. NVIDIA CUDA support GPU access system. Who all are having this? Can you please mention in the chat box, because that is most important thing. Why? Because when you are going to getting into that LLM part, okay, that LLM part is most important part, because of the when you are going to using the transformers or LLM model, that is actually that the model size is very high, almost 13 GB and 7 GB and 9 GB or 6 GB based on the model parameters. For an example, Llama model is almost 13 GB. I'm saying that the quantized model. If it is not quantized model, definitely that model size will be increased. That means I'm saying that if you are going to using that much size of the model, definitely we need a high computation process. Correct? High computation process. For that time, you need to know the hardware support. Without GPU, it is not possible to run in your system. That time we are expecting the quantized model to run your local. Okay, so I'm saying that we can go for the task manager to check your GPU, because the CUDA support is most important thing. Yeah, just a minute. The CUDA support is actually most important thing for the what should I say that just a minute. Yes, here that you can go to the GPU. Okay, so this is the GPU, and sorry, you need to check it with your system, because the NVIDIA GPU is the most important thing, because the normal GPU is not much processing for the Llama model, because the Llama models, I mean, and also the LLM models are we need a PyTorch. We need a torch packages to run in your system, and this particular GPU, NVIDIA RTX, this particular NVIDIA based CUDA based GPU is the most important thing. This particular normal GPU is not much performing for your LLM model. So that is why I'm saying you need to check in your system the hardware support. The hardware support is the most important part, okay, for running your project. Because if the model is I mean about 10 GB or 13 GB, definitely it will not run your local. Definitely it will not run your local. So that is why the preferably you can go with the cloud. or otherwise you have the GPU support access in your system, you can use that, because that generative AI models or generative AI projects or LLM models are expecting the high computation process in your system. Do you get it what I'm saying? Do you get it what I'm saying? When you are going to loading your model in local, definitely it is going to be say, or it is going to be retrieve that the CUDA out of memory, or it is not loading in your system because of we don't have that much computation process in your local. I mean in your system. So that is why I'm saying when you are going to developing your project in generative AI, the computation process is most important thing. That is why the GPU is most preferable for developing your project in generative AI. Do you get it what I'm saying? Do you get it what I'm saying? So if you get it means please mention in the chat box yes Philip. Otherwise you can just unmute your mic and giving the answer for me. Okay. So do you have any queries related to that? Because the GPU is the most important thing. Just try and check it in your system. Okay, check it in your system for what should I say? You have the GPU, NVIDIA GPU access, because that is a very a little more expensive than the normal GPU. The CUDA supported GPU is most important and needed. Okay, for developing the Gen AI project. You get it what I'm saying? Because of why I am talking about the hardware support in the sense, of course, this is very mandatory for generative AI project. Okay, that is why I'm talking and taking the time for the hardware support as well. Because if it is, if you don't have in the sense, definitely you can go with the cloud support. For an example, you can try one particular project in what should I say, collaboratory notebook. It is possible, but that collaboratory also is needed for pay. And Gaggle, it is one of the platform for what should I say that they are also giving the GPU access, but they're having some limitations. But if it is local or in your hardware system, definitely it can be possible to run that much. What should I say? Little amount of the model, it can be possible to run in your local. But the GPU and computation process is the most important process for developing the Gen AI. Do you get it? What I'm saying, guys? Do you get it? Guys, please give the reply. Guys, please give the reply. Sorry. Do you get it? What I'm saying? I'm talking about the hardware support. I'm talking about the computation process because of we are using the LLM model. We are using the LLM model for what should I say, the developing the generative AI project. You get it? What I'm saying? Guys, please give the reply in chat box because of try to understand. I don't want to make my session as a boring way. I want to make my session as a very interactive way. That is most important thing, right? So yesterday also we discussed the several things about the generative AI project, and today also I'm going to discussing with the project, and I don't want to extend the theoretical way. So please try to understand and please give the response as you can. You get it? What I'm saying about the hardware? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Priya. I can't pronounce your name. Priyanshu. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the good response. Yes. What about others? You got my point about the computation process? You get it? If you got the answer means, if you got it means, please give the reply. Okay. So without delay, I'm going to entering the project, and I'm going to discussing with you the few project today for the several example, because of that is very valid for the bootcamp to understand what exactly the generative AI. Correct? So before entering the discussion, yeah, Santamari. Okay. Yes, okay. So what I was discussed with that meeting is actually when you are going to developing the generative AI project, we need a computation process more than the AI project. Why? Because that LLM is expecting the more computation process because of the LLM size is very high based on the LLM parameter. For an example, if you are choosing the Llama around 13 GP, how it can be possible to process in your system in local? Of course, it is expecting the GPU. Of course, it is expecting the what should I say? That computation process. Correct. So the computation process is based on the CUDA GPU, CUDA support. That is NVIDIA support is most important thing. So that is why you need to check your task manager in your system and check what kind of the GPU accessibility in your system, because the NVIDIA CUDA is most important part. Okay, so NVIDIA GPU is the most important part in my system. Having that NVIDIA GPU, maybe in your system is not running, maybe you are getting the error for entering that loading your model from the Hugging Face or from LongChain or from any other sources. Okay, so we need GPU that is from NVIDIA. NVIDIA support is most important. Okay, that is what I'm saying, right? This is what I was discussed with them, right? So without delay, I'm going to getting into that first project that is actually a code generator. This is a very simplest way to I constructing it, and I got a source from some kind of the like the internet sources, and it is more interesting to developing the project for the code generation. It is possible because as we discussed from the yesterday discussion in the theoretical way, I can generate the text, I can generate the image, I can generate the code, I can generate the music, I can generate the videos as well. That means it's generating the newest thing as the human gives. It is like a human way to generating the new content for that. When you are going to asking the query to the LLM, definitely it will be giving the innovative way of answer. For example, if I'm asking any kind of the question to the chat GPT related to the code generation, definitely it gives. Definitely it gives. If you are asking any kind of the prompt, definitely it will be going to be generate. That much fine tuning the chat GPT has. Because they are having the some of the option every day they are implementing. Correct? So I will show the example as well for the chat GPT. Now they are much more advanced area right now. Correct? So they are entering the much more advanced area. Correct? So here I'm going to mention that any kind of the thing I can chat to the chat GPT. Okay. So if I'm going to entering into that, I'm going to use it in chat GPT for my okay. So here I can write anything. I need a basic example for what should I say, the functions in Python. Okay. So I want this particular content. Definitely it is going to be giving the example for this, right? This is the kind of the code generation. And can you make it enhancement way? Of course, it is going to be give in a very clear way. Do you get it? And you can see this. This is a very simplest way of a function creation, and this is a little more added enhancement. That's it. And it gives the explanation as well, because of the chat GPT is now in very advanced way. For an example, I can say that I need a image for my function example. Simply, I can mention for Python learning path. If I'm entering that, it is going to be generating the image, right? This is the best example I'm saying. This is the best example I'm saying. It is going to be generating the image as well. So when we entering into the generative AI, it is generating with the TAL E. Of course, you can see this one. For the beginners, for the learning path, and also the variable, and also the data handling and data sign. And it is not much clear, but it is generating the based on my query. Correct? If your prompt is very effective, definitely it is going to be give in a very perfect manner, right? So this is the way the chat GPT is actually working, and this is called the best example for the generative AI. Now I can give the example. I can give the example to, for the generative code. Okay, right. So this is the very simplest way to understand of you. That is why I created this particular part. Okay, that is why I created this particular part for the generation of code. Okay, right. So here I need to import the torch because of I'm going to loading this particular LLM for the code generation. And PyCode GPT is the one of the code generation LLM. Okay, so that particular LLM is specifically for the text generated to the code generated as well. Okay, right. So here you can see this one. I'm going to using the direct pipeline from the hacking phase. Okay, from the Hugging Face, that we can call it as the transformers dot import. We need to importing that. After that, we need to creating the functions that is like it is for like already as I said before, the computation process is most important for loading your model. My system has a minimal level of the GPU processes. Already I have the NVIDIA support. That is why I need to install. How we can install the PyTorch GPU? So you should go with what should I say there, PyTorch, just for the example to installing in your local, because that is most important for the GPU things. And you can go with this, and you can go to this area. Presently, I needed to CUDA 12.4, and it is for Windows, for Linux or Mac or whatever. So I can use this link and go to the command prompt. Go to the command prompt. I can paste this one. I should install this particular CUDA GPU for GPA access. You cannot run in directly. I need to install this particular specific packages from the official way. Right? So this is a way to you should install before entering the project as well. And after that, okay, after that I need to check, okay, the torch manual seed, and also the CUDA is available or not, and also the CUDA is available in the sense please seed it for the computation process. This particular function is specifically for computation process. Okay, after that I'm going to entering into the generative code. Okay, here I'm going to making the configuration for the model to retrieve the code generation. So this is the important parameter for the pipeline. This is the very important parameter for the pipeline. That is most important thing. I construct in a very easiest way. So here I need pipeline and also the prompt for generating the code. So here I have created the variable name called response, and I can call the pipe. Okay, and I can mention that prompt and maximum length of the text, and also the temperature value. 0.7 is a very default value, and you can mention the any value based on your requirement. It is not standard value. Based on your requirement, based on your fine tuning, it is needed. This is the one kind of the configurations. And number return sequence is actually one, and truncation is most important. It is true. And do the sample, of course, it is needed. Okay. Then return the responses and generated the text. Right. After that, I'm going to create the interactive way terminal based code generation. Okay, terminal based code generation. So this is the very backend I'm discussing. If it is needed for the front end, in this one, you can use the Streamlit, you can use the Fast API, you can use the React for integrating for the front end, and also the Fast API for the integration of the front end, and also the backend to reply the front end area. Okay, but here I'm using that what should I say, in industry standard, because of I'm working with industry based company, and it is actually they are expecting that back end and also the front end, they need to integrate with the help of one particular frameworks, for an example Flask or Fast API. And we need a computation process because of I'm working in an industry standard. Try to understand, I'm working in industry standard, not for the education platform. That if you are going to entering into the industry standard, you need a biggest computation process for developing your project, for your requirement. That is why I'm saying that the industry standard is the most important thing. If you are learning in a basic level of the studies way, it is not good for the industry standard. You need to learn more about it. And also that they are giving the requirement in a very high level standard. Of course, they are expecting the very high level standard of that, because of the requirement is not only for the one particular target. If my company has around 5,000 or 10,000 people, they need to access my GPT. Correct? They need to access my GPT for my domain. For that time, how much? Just think how much computation processes I needed to developing my tool. The same scenario is happened to me. It's happening right now because of I'm developing one particular project in Gen AI. I'm developing one particular project in computer vision as well. It is not the easiest way to developing a project in very low level computation process. Of course, in industry standard, they are expecting much more things, and we need a number of GPUs for that. Okay, you got it. You got it. I hope what I say. You got it. If you got it, means please mention in the chat box. Yes, Philip. Guys, I'm talking. Please give the response. If you're not giving the response, definitely the session will be completely boring, and even for me also, I will be very tired after 5 minutes. So please give the response. Yes. Yeah. Okay. One guy. Okay, you can ask the question, Mr. I forgot his name actually. One guy is actually raised the hand for asking the question, I think so. Any questions from you guys about the computation? Please. Any questions from you guys? No questions means I can move further. Yeah. No questions? That's fine. Yeah. Okay, fine. I will move further because when before entering this particular code part of the generation, I will say one thing to you guys. When you are entering into the industry standard project, definitely you need to processing the several data in much more size of that, because of your data size will be very high. And also when you are going to increasing your sizes of data, definitely you need a biggest amount of the model size as well, and also the parameters should be very high. For an example, I am creating one particular GPT for my particular domain, for particular my company. Of course, I needed a huge amount of the data. Of course, I needed a good model for creating the project of generative AI. That is why I'm saying you need a good computation process for developing your project in a further enhancement as well. In initial way, it is a very basement level. Of course, when you are going to reach in future, it is needed much more computation process. but it is not easy to getting the access for the GPU in industry standard. We need to request the several things. That is the different parts of the management level, and I think so. Okay, so but please keep it in your mind. The computation is most important thing, and try to understand when you are going to developing the Gen AI project, you need a GPU process. NVIDIA CUDA support is needed. So keep it in your mind and remember it. Okay. Yes. So after that, I'm going to discussing with you that yeah, yeah. Of course, Sudarshan, we need to strong little more in PyTorch because we are not using much more area in PyTorch, but we needed to install for the CUDA support, and we needed to use that some modules from the touch or something, right? Okay, fine. And now coming into the point of this, the main function, you need to load the model. Okay, you need to load the model for the code generation. Of course, I'm going to creating the one particular function. I'm going to creating the one particular function. The function name is called the main. After that, I'm going to printing that initializing the PyCode GPT model. Just please wait for the generating and loading the model. So here I'm intimating that to wait for loading your model and also the generating the code based on your query. That is the most important thing, right? So here I'm going to creating the variable name called pipe. Because of here I mentioned the pipe, as well as I can call that particular pipe model, a pipeline module from the transformer. Then pipeline, and here I mentioned that what kind of the model is that? This of course the text generator. And after that, I can call this particular model. This is called the PyCode GPT. So the PyCode GPT, I can load it here. And after that, I'm going to print for our understanding. That is why I mentioned this one. Okay, for our understanding, that is why I mentioned this one, print PyCode generator using the PyCode GPT. Then after that, using the continuous loop and passing the prompt from the user. So I'm going to mention that enter the prompt with the help of the input function. If you want to exit, quit, just mention the exit. Okay. Then after that, prompt dot lower any kind of the text or any kind of the caps, definitely it can be possible to access. Sorry. Then after that, thank you for using the PyGPT. Bye bye. Once you exit, then here I can mention that um, if you are entering the exit, it shows the result like thank you for using GPT, PyCode GPT. Then after that, I can use this generate code and passing this particular pipe area, which I here, and after that use the prompt, which is get it from the user, and model and also the prompt. Okay, so for model and also the prompt, then print the code and also the generate the result as well, generate the code, because here the generated code and also the generate the code function is here. Okay, right. So after that, I am using the terminal based interaction. So for that, this is actually needed. Okay, right. And here you can see this one. This particular line is actually for clarity way the result. So that is why I mention it. Yeah. So now you can see that already I tried. Okay, already I tried. Here you can see this one. I enter. Okay, the function to check if the number is prime or not. Okay, this is my query. I will run it one more time. Okay, I will run it. Okay. Yeah, you can see this one. If I enter this particular question to my what should I say, to my code or model, it gives the responses like if not is prime, return the false. If it is prime, definitely it gives the result is, that is called, I'm saying that based on your prompt only it is going to be giving the response, correct? So here I mention function to check if the number is prime or not. Okay, it gives the responses like this. Okay, it gives the responses like this. I will run it one more time. Okay, I will run it one more time, just because of how I can run. That is a good question, right? So you need to what should I say? Passing the path of the code. So here I can, sorry, try to make it, yeah. So I can go to the yeah, I can go to the my folder and yeah. Here is the path. So I can pass this particular path of the folder. I need to change directory more time, and I can pass it this particular directory. Just just watch it. Python. Okay, Python. I hope my I hope. Yeah. So and just click the tab button and you can see the .py code. Because of the Python is going to be accessible for all the I mean, it is going to be displayed once you are trying to enter the tab button. Press the tab button, it will be help to like the loading the one by one. Here I need to run the code generated.py. I'm going to running it. It's time to running it one more time because of the model is going to be load. The model is going to be load, and now it has started to initializing my model, and the device set to use the CUDA. Yet it is done. It is asking the query to me. Enter the prompt. Now I can the function. What should I say? That function. Yeah. Sorry. The to function to check whether if the number. Okay. So I'm writing a prompt here. Okay. I'm writing a prompt here. The number. Sorry. Number is prime or not. Okay, now I'm going to running it. It is going to be, yeah, you can see this one. The function to check if the number is prime or not, it is giving the response. Okay, so here I mentioned that can I get complete uh, complete code of if the number is prime or not. If I enter, it is going to be generating this. And you can see this one. You can see this one. Def is prime. Here it is the number. And if n is equal to 1, it is a false. For I in the range of 2, and definitely it will be it's giving that one kind of the code. For that, it is generating that. Okay. And create a conditional based condition based example code. Okay, just for the example only, I can mention what will give. We can see that yeah, it is creating the condition. Maybe it can't understand that creating the condition. Okay, check the function to check if the number is even or not. Right, the number is even or not. So here you can see this one. It is generating interesting, and but it is not generating much more very effective way. So otherwise we can choose the different LLM model. But I'm showing the example. This is the way it is going to be generating. Do you get it? This particular project. Do you get it, guys? Do you get it? Please give the response. This is the way that LLM model is responding, and this is the way that, what should I say? This is the way the generative AI model workflow, I mean, project workflow is like that. This is a basic level example for the code generator. Okay, you got it? As well, code debugging generation. Okay, I will move to the code debugging generation. So before entering that code debugging generation, I want to inform you that it is most important priority to you. Okay, so I hope you guys are get it. Okay, I have the same question. Yeah, if we need to be a strong in PyTouch. Sudarshan, as per my experience, I will say that one thing to you. It is not much needed in PyTorch. You should be strong, but some areas is needed for our projects and CUDA development, and also the, for an example, you are going to use any kind of the pre-trained from YOLO or LLM models. You need to know the several part of the touch, not for all the areas. Okay, so it can be possible to learn for the few things. So don't worry, it is not a big deal to understand. Okay, but if get a chance, you can go through it. Clear? Balamurugan and also the Sudarshan? Yeah. 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 Okay. Right. I hope you guys are very clearly understand about this particular basic area of the code generation. Is clear, guys? Is it clear? Can you please mention in the chat box, because of I want to make the interaction way of the session. You can unmute your mic and giving the answer as well, no problem. And otherwise, you can give the responses in chat box. Okay, right. So before entering the another project of code debugging generation, this particular project is more helpful for debug your code if you are getting the error. So what is the objective of this in the sense, if you are passing your code, the error code, it will be give the debugging and giving the responses to running it very proper manner. That's it. Okay. Do you get it? The objective of this particular code debugger generator? Okay, fine. Now, before entering this particular objective, I want to mention that the yesterday also I mentioned that particular area. If you guys are really interested too, okay, yeah, okay, guys, yeah. As per the discussion of yesterday, how we can loading the model, of course, that LangChain Grook. Yesterday, how we can loading from that particular platform cloud, Grook Cloud. I hope you guys are understood about the Grook Cloud, right? So yesterday I have discussed with you that Grook Cloud. Yeah, this is the Grook Cloud, and go with the Grook Cloud, and this is a particular platform that models are available, and go to the documentation, and you can find anything how we can accessing that. And if you want to accessing the llama 3, and you should create the API keys. Okay, you should create the API keys and copy the keys for the further usage of this particular LLMs. Okay, so this is the way to you can creating that. For this, you how we can importing this one in the sense, we should go with LangChain Group. You can go with the LangChain chat group, and you can see this how we can set up in this one. Of course, we need to install this particular package and copy, and also the paste it here. It is going to be installed, and after that you can accessing this one and copy that and paste it here as well. Okay, paste it here as well, and pausing that group key. Just a minute. Yeah. Balamurugan, I will let you know after finishing this particular project, Balamurugan. Is it okay for you? After finishing this particular project, I will discuss with you. Is it okay for you?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes. And now I need to use this particular classes and passing the parameter, and most importantly, which you created from Grook Cloud, you should copy that particular key and also paste it here. This is very personal because of each and every profile having the one particular API key. So this is the API key to accessing your model. And here, what are all the model you needed? That is the most important thing, correct? So what are all the model you needed that, uh, yeah, sorry, is the, yes, yeah, this particular model documentation. Yeah. Yes. Here you can see this one, and the model is available. What all the model is available, you can check it there. You can check it there, and you can use this particular model and copy and also the paste it. But I need a Llama 3 versatile. So Llama 3.370p versatile is needed. So that is why copy and paste it here. And after that, already the model is loading perfectly or not, right? We need to check. So response is equal to LLM dot invoke and passing the prompt to this particular model, and it will be more helpful to generating this particular model. And this is the response for this particular question which I included. Yeah. Yeah, Sudarshan, is it actually one kind of the framework? Okay, one kind of the framework. For an example, we are using the Hugging Face to using the transformers for loading your model, correct? In the same way, the Crew Cloud is also the one kind of the frameworks to loading your model with the help of the LangChain. Okay, you got it? Yeah. So now I'm going to use that function to analyzing the Python code for the syntax error. So here I'm creating the function called syntax, analyzing the syntax for the code. And here I'm using the try and also the parse of the code. No syntax error is found. If the syntax error is found, it will be notified. And the second thing, the function to generate the debug response. Okay, the function to generating the debugging responses here. And here I have mentioned that the prompt your Python debugging assistant. That means I'm going to instructing my model, LLM model. That is why I'm mentioning that your Python debugging assistant analyze the following code and identify the issue. I'm instructing to the model with the help of the prompt engineering. Already we discussed in the last day session, correct? Right? So now, after that, I'm passing the Python and also the code. If there is any syntax or logical error, explain and provide the corrected version of the code. That is the instruction to the model. So here I instructed with the help of the fine tuning prompt. That is the most important thing. And after that, responses call the LLM and invoke passing the prompt to that particular model. Then after that, responses dot content will be the retrieval part. Then fine, then function to the optimize your code. Okay, for the code better performance. Here also, I have mentioned that you are the Python performer for the optimizer. Analyze the following code and suggest the optimization to improve the efficiency of the maintain the functionality. This will be giving the suggestion for your optimized code. Okay, right, in the same procedure. After that, I'm going to interactive way in the terminal based for the debugging chat. So here I'm creating the interactive debugging debugger, and here this is for the user for notification, and I have creating the looping while looping and getting the code from the user. Okay, for exit, just mention the goodbye and checking the syntax result, analyzing the syntax from the user code, user input, because of this is the code which is get it from the user, correct? So after that, syntax result, first one. Second, if the syntax error in syntax result, fixing the code. Okay, fixing the code, and the fixed responses will be debugging the user inputs, right? So after that, if it is sales optimizer, so you can it will be going to help to optimizing your code. Okay, optimizing your code and giving the responses, right? The function which is created. After that, I can call that particular function. So I can call this particular function, and you can see this one. Can I run this code one more time? Then only you could understand what exactly happening this, right? So I'm going to run the specific area, and it is asking the question to me like paste your Python code and press enter. Correct? So here I have some debugging codes here. So sorry. Okay. So here I have some error code or debugging code. Just copy the code and also uh yeah paste it here. Sorry, yeah. I can paste it here. Then run. It gives the responses and yeah, you can see this one. Yeah, it gives the responses. See here. Error is actually invalid syntax from the line one and suggested to fix it is giving the instruction to the user. Can you get it, guys? Guys, please try to understand this particular code. Step by step analyzing of this particular problem. Syntax error. The given code has a syntax error. That means the function definition and also the function calls are the same line, which is not allowed for the Python. In Python, each statement, okay, should be separate line. Correct? Right. It's clearly instructed to you. It's clearly instructed to you for the debugging and logical error. Again, that particular code has a logical error. What is the logical error? That code is attempting to dividing by zero. Of course, it is the zero divisible error. It is not a logical way. That mentioned mathematically it is impossible, right? Then after that, lack of error handling. The code does not having any error handling mechanism. That is the exception methods. So that is why now the fixing solution, and you can see now you can see this is the proper way of your code. Okay, proper way of this particular code. That's it, right? So this is the way to debugging your code, and I will try with another example. Yeah, here you can see. Yes, I can see this code. How it can be possible to understand this particular code and also the enter. Now it is going to be generate optimize the code right now. No syntax error is found, and it is going to be optimizing the code because of the syntax error is not available, and it is going to be like the finding this one. It is going to be the generator. Do you get it for the debugging area, guys? Guys, do you get it? Yeah, I'm going to plan to exit because yeah, you can see. Yeah. Okay, text editor. I will be moved to the text editor and see here. Explanation of changes. Uh, Invalid. This is the response, guys. Do you get it? This is the responses which I get it from the GPT, and it is very more interesting things for the generation. This much instruction I got it from the LLM. It is not getting from any human. It is going to be generating this much responses, right? I hope you guys are watching me and also the understanding about this particular conversation which I discussed with you, right? Is it clear to you, everyone? Is it clear? Yeah. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, guys. This is all about today. What I discussed with you. Okay. This is all about today. What I discussed with you. That is most important thing. And this is the way to I'm discussing with you, right? I hope you guys are very clear. Okay. So code generator and also the debugger, code generator and also the debugger. These things is actually I have discussed with you, and hope you can understand. Okay. Hope you can understand about this. Is it clear? Should I discuss with you anything with you guys? Yeah. Is it clear? Can you give the good response from you guys? Can I get the good responses, guys? Did you see the
Yes, sir.
result?
Clear. Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah. Did you see the result of this particular generator? Yeah. Fine. Thank you. Um. Yeah. The session timing is over. I need to wind up in the session. Sudarshan, your teaching is very really good, and your communication too. Thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Thank you for the highlighted things. Yeah. Can I wind up the session right now? If you have any reviews, you just drop it in my LinkedIn profile. Definitely, I will look into it. Mantip, thank you. Thank you for the good reply. Uh, yeah, Sudarshan, thank you. Any other reviews from others? If you have any reviews for this particular 2 day session, just unmute your mic and give the reviews, or otherwise you can just drop the message to a chat box or drop the message to my LinkedIn profile. Okay, I think uh, yes, remaining participants didn't respond, and they won't respond. I think so. Thank you, Sudarshan. Okay, right. I hope you guys really enjoying this particular session and got something about the AI, generative AI technology. And I hope this content was more helpful to you. Okay. I prepared because of I didn't plan for this particular session. It suddenly I have make it this this session for this. In future, if you get a chance, we'll make it very perfect manner for the biggest project for the Gen AI or something. If get a chance, we will meet you soon. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity, and thank you so much, Guy, for participating this particular Gen AI sessions. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day and have a good future. And one more, I will suggest you one more thing I wanted to suggest you is learn more. If you want to survey the artificial intelligence field, you should learn every day new things one by one because AI is like a ocean. It has lots of the things. So try to understand. Please be learn and please be practice every day for surviving in future. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.